In today's video, we're going back to silly string to test out a few of the things you guys asked to see. Guys, a while back we made a video talking about silly string, and in that video we tested out a lot of the things that it says not to do on the back of the can, like puncturing it, heating it up, and smashing it with a hammer and an axe. Well, there were a lot of things you guys asked us to see. You wrote down in the comments saying that there were more things you were curious about with silly string, so today we're gonna put some of those to the test and find out what happens with them. We've got a bunch of cans, we've got some fun tools, and we're gonna try these things out.
Happens all the time.
Let's get started. Here's the basic idea. We've got a whole bunch of cans of silly string and we've got several things we want to test out. How much silly string is in one can? What happens when you freeze it? What happens when you put it in a vacuum? Now, the first thing that I think we want to test is just how much silly string is in one of these cans. And I know we've already sprayed it into a pile and cut one open to see what's inside, but I'm curious about the linear feet. So I want to see if we can spray out an entire can and then use a measuring tape to see just how long that string was. Hopefully we'll get all one continuous string. If it breaks up into a few, then we'll just try and measure the total of all of the parts. So I'm just kind of gonna spray it back and forth, arcing it through the air so it dries out really nicely, hopefully before it hits the ground. I think that'll help it all stay together, and then I should be able to measure it more easily that way. Let's give it a try. Oh, it started breaking up. Well, I got a good long string and then I got a lot of little pieces. I've got one more can I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see what happens. This one I haven't really shaken up, and I'm gonna see if that makes it any better, any worse, or if it's just the same. Okay, well, about the same thing. But we got a couple of really nice long strings. Let's see what we can do with this. We got 25 to 30 feet more string out of the green can. So maybe that means that shaking is not a good strategy with these things. I shook the orange one a lot and I barely shook the green one. The green one has more long stringy bits, and the orange one I think has a lot more scattered little tiny pieces. And we did get scattered tiny pieces from the green one too. You can see they're kind of all over the RV pad here. But we got more orange and we got fewer linear feet of the orange string. Both of them, we did get over 100 feet. It's a good amount of string, about 130 plus with the green string, just over 100, about 103 feet with the orange string. Very cool. I wanted to see how much we got out of it, and now I know. Next thing we want to try is our vacuum chamber. We had a couple of requests, several actually, to see what happens to the silly string in the vacuum chamber. So we're gonna try a couple of different things. First, we're gonna put a can in the vacuum chamber just by itself. We're gonna see if the can does anything. I don't think it's gonna be strong enough to rip its way out of one of these cans, but we're not gonna know until we try. After that, we're gonna try spraying some string out. We're gonna put that into the vacuum chamber, put the lid on, pull the air out, and see if it expands. It is kind of a foam air-filled string, so maybe that's gonna grow. Third, we're gonna see if we can put a can inside the vacuum chamber and using a modified lid, fire off the can while it's under a vacuum and see if that string does anything different without any air around it. It's not gonna be able to travel very far, so I imagine if we can get it to work, it's just gonna spray onto the side of the container. But it will be interesting to see if the string comes out in any sort of different shape or form when there's no air surrounding it. All right, first off, just a can. Now this is a lid that has some holes in it. Our normal vacuum chamber lid does not have these other holes in here. Those were put in for some other experiments, but we are going to be using them for experiments today. However, for our first test, we just gotta plug those things up and then we'll just run it as vacuum normally. 3, 2, 1. Pretty much there. It's about as vacuumed as we get. I would say that a can of silly string does withstand the vacuum pressure. Didn't really do much. Next up, I'm just gonna spray this can down inside of our jar and then quickly put the lid on and start pulling the vacuum. Definitely more vapor forming. Pressure's getting pretty low in there. Not seeing much change in that string yet. I'm thinking that our string is just so porous that any gases that are in it, they aren't trapped, and so it just pulls them right out without affecting the string itself very much. Letting the air back in, it didn't look like it smushed back down, anything like that. Overall, I'm gonna say it's just largely not affected by the low pressure. We've got one more test. We want to see what happens if we spray it while it's in the low pressure environment. I have a plan for how to do that, but I've never tried it before. So we're gonna see if we can get this to work well. I have that in the right spot. I should just press down on the top of the trigger. Now I just need to make it so I have a seal around this stick while it's down inside the jar. This could be tricky. Got here just a little piece of thin rubber. This was cut out of a rubber glove. And we're gonna try poking a little hole in it, fitting around the stick, and then just making a really tight seal around everything. Hopefully that'll be strong enough to withstand the low pressure. Okay, now here's our theoretical seal around here. Let's start pulling a vacuum and see how well this actually works. This rubber is very flexible, so I am worried it's gonna start just getting pulled down into the vacuum chamber. Let's give it a test. I'm gonna leave the pump running just in case there's any sort of leaks or anything. I really want to keep it at the lowest pressure possible, but we're pretty much there. So now I'm gonna try pressing on the top of this, seeing what happens if it sprays in a vacuum. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. Our pressure went way back up. All of the gas and everything that was in there refilled our tank a little bit. So it went down from, it was at about 26.5 inches of mercury. It went all the way back up to about 21, 22, and I can feel that it's not pressing as hard now. But I'm gonna turn this off. I think we got the experiment, it worked out. And I would say we definitely had a different result at the beginning. Before the tank pressurized too much, you could see what was coming out was not the normal thin little string that we have with regular silly string. We had a very different result, and you can still see it in here. We got these big old fat snake bits. It just wasn't coming out as a string, it was coming out as just like a blob. And then as it sprayed, there was propellant being added into the air, and that propellant was just filling the chamber, and it repressurized a little bit. So we stopped getting the really thick blob-like spray, and it started going back into the normal strings. But it did behave differently under the low pressure. Next up, we've got liquid nitrogen. In the last video about silly string, we did do a test with liquid nitrogen in which we froze an entire can. We just took the whole can, put it down in, and then cut it open while it was still frozen. Well, this time, what we're gonna do is spray some of the string directly into the liquid nitrogen itself. So we saw what happened with the whole can. Now we wanna see about just the stuff we spray out. So I'm just gonna pour some liquid nitrogen into this container, and then I'm just gonna spray some silly string down into it and see what it does. All right, here goes. I think it's freezing. It's definitely crumbly. It's hard to pull pieces out because it just gets so crumbly while it's frozen. It just like turns to dust as I try and pull it out. It's very, very lightweight, so it doesn't really want to go underneath the liquid nitrogen, so it can like touch the surface and then it just starts freezing immediately. And it's hard to get out. So as this stuff warms back up, it no longer shatters into dust, but it also doesn't have the same cohesion it did as strings. It's just sort of like a soft mess. In the last video, we drilled a hole right into the side of one of these cans. A lot of silly string stuff sprayed out, but a lot was left inside the can. We cut it open afterward, and many people commented suggesting that we try drilling a hole into the bottom of the can rather than near the top, because there was a lot of the goo left inside. So maybe if we drill in the bottom, all of it will get sprayed out and not just like a little bit like last time. So we're gonna try that. We've got a can in the vise, and instead of drilling up here at the top, we're gonna drill a hole right down here near the bottom. And then we also might try one where we actually drill like straight into the bottom. Well, I got sprayed quite a bit. The drill got sprayed a lot. Oh, that is, that's really in there. Okay, let's see what we've got inside this can. I don't think there's gonna be much left. There's no pressure, so the vise doesn't like to hold on to it anymore either. Oh yeah, yeah, we got almost everything out of that. Just a little bit left at the bottom. Ooh, we should clean off our gold play button. All right, what I've got here is a fun little device that I just threw together that can spray theoretically 8 cans of this silly string at the same time. So it's pretty simple. It's just sort of a board that they sit in with another board that they sit up against. And then there's a third board on a duct tape hinge that's calculated to be just the right height. So when I push down on it, it's going to hit all 8 nozzles at once. And I'm gonna try and make a lovely work of art of silly string on this wooden board here. 3, 2, 1. Well, it didn't spray all of them perfectly evenly, but it did spray all of them. Like, didn't stick to the board a whole lot. Just a couple of the colors stuck to the board. The other ones, I don't know, it might just be a difference in moisture content. But that did look really cool with all the colors flying out and combining in the air like that. I do have one more thing that I want to try with our sort of 8-can spray-o-matic device. I want to see if we can combine all 8 cans streams into one stream. So I have a device for this. This right here, this weird contraption of tubes, it's got 8 ends and they all feed together. We've got these T-shapes, so 2 feed into 1, 2 feed into 1, that happens 4 times, and then 2 feeds into 1 again, and then 1 more time, 2 feeds into 1, 3 times that reduces down till we just have 1 nozzle here. So I'm gonna try and connect 8 spray nozzles onto these 8 spray hoses and see if we can just get all of them siphoning into one spot and spraying out, and I'm gonna see what happens there. I don't know if the strings will actually combine together because they do form into strings so quickly with any exposure to air, but I think it's at least gonna be interesting to see what it does. We are ready for the 8-to-1 reduction system. We're gonna see how well this works out. Put my goggles on because this could spray crazy. 3, 2, 1. Well, we sprung a couple of leaks. Obviously that was spraying out. We did get directed shots in there. Some of the connections broke. This one doesn't even have a hose attached to it anymore. I don't know where that hose went. We've got multiple colors inside the straws, which is telling me we were getting that mixing, and you can see all the splatter is multicolored. And then we had like one where the hose popped off and that was just spraying straight against the board. That was powerful. We sprayed sideways at like a perfect 90-degree angle for a really long distance. You can see it's just splashed up against the wall here. Oh, delightful. Is it practical? Absolutely not. But is it fun? Yes. Spray's pretty crazy. Just confetti the room. I landed on the cord. Guys, we are going to start releasing exclusive t-shirt designs every month that are only available for that month. The design this month is this one, so click the link in the description now to get yours before they're gone forever. Guys, that's not all. We've always got more for you to see. The box up at the top is going to take you to our most recent video. You should go check that out. The other box shows you what YouTube thinks you should be watching next. And if you hit this bomb here in the middle, you'll be subscribed to the channel, and that's how you get all the notifications about when we've got cool new videos. Don't forget to ring that bell, and we'll see you in the next one. Talk to you then.